Next week on EastEnders brings intense drama. Sharon faces pressure over Keanu's murder, the six scramble after her arrest, and Harvey targets Dean. George grapples with his father's threats, while Billy plots, and Honey and Jay tackle the London Marathon. Plus, a surprising disappearance leaves fans puzzled. 13 EastEnders spoilers for next week, including George in court, the six's latest scheme, and Harvey's attempt to undermine Dean. Will Sharon be able to leave? Next week's EastEnders spoilers involve George going up against Eddie in court despite his threats. After Sharon's incarceration, the six must also devise a plan of escape, and Harvey is determined to show that Dean is not acting honorably. Here are 13 major EastEnders spoilers for the upcoming week. There are many more. 1. Sharon under duress. After Sharon spent the night in jail after being arrested for Keanu's murder, Johnny now stands in for her. When questioned, Sharon clings to her story. But when fresh evidence is presented by the police, the situation changes. To what extent is it incriminating? 2. A fresh strategy for the six. Police interrogate the women again, but will they remain composed? After Johnny leaves Sharon behind and returns to Walford, the six realize they must move quickly. Suki and Kathy disclose a fresh scheme. But when Johnny reveals their plan to Linda, she becomes terrified. Johnny is adamant that he will get Sharon released to resolve the issue. 3. Denise rebels in spoilers for EastEnders. Denise is appalled to learn of the new plan. She is adamant that they cannot proceed. Phil stops them to ask questions. Will he discover the reality? 4. Linda contacts the authorities. Linda makes up a story to tell them as they head to the station. The police inquire as to why she withheld this information for a longer period of time. Can Linda maintain her composure and carry out the plan even when she stumbles? 5. Bernie departs. The people of Walford come together in support of Bernie, who is a mess. Phil Mitchell, nevertheless, is one individual who is against her. He presents himself as a suspect by speaking up in Sharon's favor. Bernie makes the decision to travel to Spain in order to personally inform Karen about Keanu's passing after reaching her breaking point. 6. Spoilers for EastEnders. George receives a surprise. The CPS calls George and tells him Gloria has provided them with information regarding Eddie. Then she shows up at the Vic, pressuring George to give a statement. George subsequently learns, though, that his mother will never turn her back on his father after overhearing her speaking to Eddie in private. He gives Gloria a final command to leave his life. 7. Eddie threatens people. Eddie summons George to the boxing den as he is preparing to testify. Eddie tells him not to testify when they first meet. Then, he threatens with dire consequences if he does. 8. George in the dock. Cindy and Elaine band together to persuade George of the truth. They persuade him to testify after he divulges everything. Gloria loses control and yells in court during George's cross-examination by Eddie's attorney. 9. Gloria gives way. Gloria flees the courtroom, unable to control her emotions. But then she passes out outside. After being taken to the hospital quickly, it is discovered that she has had a heart attack. Gloria begs George to get a box from her apartment, but he is too overcome with memories when he gets there. 10. Phil gives George advice. Hearing that Ben was given 6 years makes Phil depressed. Phil catches George at the boxing den when he arrives and gives him guidance. George is urged by him to return to the hospital so that Gloria can be with him. George follows his advice and, with his mother, they go down memory lane before listening to a lullaby that his birth mother recorded. 11. Harvey looks for proof in the spoilers for EastEnders. Harvey is committed to demonstrating that Dean is abusing Jade. While visiting the adolescent to see how she's doing, he takes her pillbox. Dean, though, keeps insisting that Harvey and Jean are at fault. When Stacy and Linda see them arguing in the square, which side will they support? 12. Pastor Clayton and Yolanda make apologies. Yolanda is upset that she was left out of her own charitable efforts, but the community consoles her. Denzel exhorts her to persevere and walk confidently into prayer group. But after she leaves, he's quietly organizing a party at number 20. Denzel is then enraged when Yolanda arrives home early. He storms off in a rage and encounters Pastor Clayton. Following a confrontation, Yolanda and Pastor Clayton gather to chastise Denzel for his actions. Yolanda is once again in charge of the charity initiatives, and it also helps them mend their bond with the pastor. 13. Spoilers for Eastenders, Billy leaves Honey behind. Billy and Honey go shopping for a long time. But he gives up on it, leaving Honey all alone. It's obvious that Billy is hatching a plan since Jay fills in for him. What, though, is he up to? A celebrity of Eastenders rejoices with his spouse on their pleasant first wedding anniversary. Actor James
Bye.
of Eastenders celebrated his first wedding anniversary with Victoria, even though she didn't remember the occasion. After being married for 10 years, the 40-year-old actor Martin Fowler traveled to St. Lucia in 2022 for the wedding with his partner Victoria. A number of pictures of the pair taken throughout the years have been posted on the joint family Instagram account. "There are no two ways about this," wrote Victoria. "I might have unintentionally forgotten our anniversary once more." Woman facepalming medium light skin tone. It's true that this has happened previously. Thus, throughout our first year of dating, we were as content as Larry when James excitedly wakes me up. "Happy first anniversary, Mrs.
Bye.
He smiled, draping croissants and a cup of tea over the bed. As I grinned and oohed and awed over his gifts, she continued. "I mean, the man really did put in some work." "Yes, we are talking about a paper flower wreath with a handwritten greeting tied on with a playful bow. Custom card, paper tickets to Swan Lake flowers, the whole shebang." I just sat there, waiting for time, with a smile on my face and a cold sweat on the back of my neck.
Oof.
"You did not remember?" I hung my head in embarrassment at being such a bad wife, and he inquired, trying not to smile. "I'll head straight over to the BP garage and grab you a few chocolates." "Ever the romantic," I said as he kept laughing. So this year, as he woke me up with a kiss and my card, laughing at the horror on my face, he reminded me, the writer said as she wrapped up the lengthy piece. "Don't worry, this year is mine. Later on, I have a surprise in store for you. He's a keeper, as I mentioned." Smiling face with hearts. "Mr. B, happy anniversary." The couple announced their fourth pregnancy in January of last year, and in March they confirmed the baby's gender. He is a boy. It's official, the biggest enigma ever revealed. Victoria disclosed to her 77,000 fans. "It's a boy. And to be honest, the 5 of us are ecstatic." Hugo, 3, Louis, 6, and Edward, 8, are the children of James and Victoria, who were wed in 2012. Fans of Eastenders are perplexed by a key character's departure. Viewers of Eastenders have been left utterly perplexed by Billy Mitchell's father Stevie's absence. The first time Ford appeared on screen was during Aunt Sal Martin's funeral in January. The 85-year-old actor was hinted at playing a far larger role than what actually happened. He is most known for his roles in movies like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. After Stevie obtained sole custody of Billy's brother Charlie when he was 10 years old, Billy was raised in foster care. The two had not seen each other off-screen for more than 25 years. "I feel highly delighted to be playing a character close to my own age in this extremely popular television drama series," Alan stated in reference to his new part. "It's an honor to welcome the immensely talented Alan Ford to the cast of Eastenders as he takes on the role of Stevie Mitchell," executive producer Chris Crenshaw continued. "Even though Billy has been a mainstay of the program for more than 25 years, fans know very little about the difficult upbringing he experienced and the circumstances that led to his placement in foster care. Alan finds out he is not welcome in the Mitchell family when he gets to Walford just as they are getting ready to say goodbye to their cherished Aunt Sal. Phil Mitchell saw him at Sal's burial from a distance and later advised him to avoid Billy and the wake at Peggy's bar. Sam Mitchell's demand for inheritance money from her brother and ultimate departure from the town on the revelation of his affair with Emma Harding overshadowed the event. A spectator wondered where Stevie had gone and posted on X/Twitter, asking, "Was Alan Ford meant to come back, or was he only in one episode then? Just wondering when he's going to turn up again?" A Reddit user posed the following question. They wouldn't have simply hired a well-known actor like Alan Ford to record a 30-second sequence, and in an interview, Crenshaw declared that he would go to Walford. Why is it taking him so long to come back, is my question. The show seems to be lacking in old characters sometimes, but recently, I think things have improved. Another admirer guessed that he would make a cameo in scenes that will take place during the London Marathon in the future. My guess is the marathon episodes or Lola's anniversary. Since those two will take care of Billy's side of the family, I can only conclude that this is when he will return, as they have stated he will. Following Lola Pierce's surprise video reveal that she had signed several family members up, Honey Mitchell and Jay Brown will also be taking on the challenge in upcoming scenes. Since Lola tragically lost her fight with a brain tumor the previous year, the characters will be jogging in Lola's honor. Actors Emma Barton and Jamie Borthwick, on the other hand, have decided to run the marathon in real life in order to raise money for causes that are dear to their hearts. Please subscribe our channel.